So my job today is to take off these plastic trim panels. Water gets in behind these, and if I show you in the inside of the van, what comes in behind those, and these are the little plastic lugs that hold it in, and you can see the little marks coming down there where water is getting in there. So what I'm going to do is take those off and then get some Sikaflex around the insides of those lugs just to seal all that and stop any water from coming through there. And then when they're all off, I'm going to give them a bit of a paint up as well. You can see there I've already taken off ones from the other side. So I'll come around to this side of the van. I've already taken them all off there. Yeah, and these are the little lugs. So these little lugs, when they're in there, water basically just goes down there inside them. So I'm just going to put on the insides of those, around the insides here of those lugs, I'm just going to put a little bit of Sikaflex and just seal them all off. So now before I take these off, I'm just going to get rid of all this loads of dirt on the inside of the wheel arches there. So it's a good opportunity now to, I've just got a little plastic trim removal tool. Just get rid of all that crap from in there. There's so much of it. And I also need to get it, there's a little screw just there where my finger is. There's a little screw just in there, which I need to take out to start getting these off, and that's probably going to be caked in dirt as well, so I'm just going to get all this off. At the moment this is all dry, but when it's wet, that holds in so much moisture. You can see there, there's already a little bit of, not a bit of trim is damaged there actually, but there's already a little bit of rust starting to form there, which I'm going to need to treat at some stage. So my way of checking to see what sort of size nut that is, I can feel it, but I just wet the top of my finger and squeeze it into it, and I can see there my finger what size I need. It's a bit hard to judge. There we are. So after you get that out, it's just simply a matter of using a little trim tool or a screwdriver if you're gentle. Get in there behind and just pop those little poppers out. They need a little bit of force, but they will come out. And then you can go along just with your hands in behind and pop them all out. This plastic is quite flexible. And then you just got to be careful of the light here at the end as well. Let's get that last popper out, and then the light just pulls out. There we are. Some of these poppers will stay in the trim. I know others will stay in the van. When they stay in the van, just turn them around to the side, and you'll see in behind there's a little clip. Press it with a screwdriver on either side, and they come off nice and simple like that. There's another couple of little nuts there as well, which hold this bit on the door. So let's get them off first as well. And I think there's one, no, there isn't one there. So what I'm going to also do as well is I need to take that little bit of trim off as well, but behind this bit of inner wheel arch all along there is just going to be full of crap inside there. So there's only two little poppers there holding this bottom bit on. So just get a screwdriver in behind there. I'm trying to do this one-handed. And there, and I can pull out. So get a screwdriver in behind there. There we are. I can just lever that out, and the two little poppers there come out. Okay, so now have a look at the amount of rubbish that's in here. Can you see that in there? That'll all be holding moisture. All it against the inner wheel arch there. So just dig all that crap out. I've got a plastic trim removal tool here, which is just a job for this. This should probably be a regular job actually on your maintenance schedule. Do you think the amount of moisture that's holding in there won't be long till that starts rotting the insides of your wheel arches? There we are, simple as that. And then just put your little poppers back in again. And the little locking pins. And after you've got all those panels off, just give it all a good wipe then afterwards, because make sure they're clean around here, because this is where the Sikaflex is going to be going back onto these holes. So I've taken off all these little bits of trim and gave them a good clean yesterday, and left them to dry now all last night and today here in the shed. And I was going to give them a bit of a paint. I got some of this, and I thought I'd spray them all, but I don't think it needs to. They're yeah, they all look okay. So I'm just going to put some Sikaflex back on, like I said, on the backs of all of these. Put all these back in, put some Sikaflex in them, and stick them all back in the van then. So that's what I'm going to do now. Right, so what we need to do now is just pop our poppers back in. I think it's sort of obvious which way they go in. That way. You can move slightly, so let's get all these in. And just a little bead of the Sikaflex around each one once it starts flowing. Let's just offer it up, just line up the bottom holes. There we are. That's another one done.